Hello, welcome to Kind People Wanted. I'm Ulyana Shverova, your host. There was once a boy named Dima, but his birth made no one happy. His mom could not care for him, and he lived in an orphanage where nobody cared about him and people thought he was a hopeless cause. Then one day a volunteer started there and began paying attention to Dima. And what a miracle! Once she even managed to catch his eye. Then she carefully threw a ball to him and he threw it back. Unfortunately, it was too late, and despite all the volunteers' efforts, the boy died. He would never fulfill his dream, which was quite simple, to live. Today, my story is about the people who have come together and pledged to help children like Dima. And they gave a very simple name to their charity, Dima's Dream. Today, Dima Martynov would have been an adult. Would he be able to live independently? What would he do? What would he be capable of? Now it's impossible to answer any of these questions for sure. Not because history knows no if, but because the people dedicating themselves to caring for these boys and girls have learned how to work miracles. This is a typical case when people think that this child is a vegetable and just needs to be fed and watered. The charity deals with the most severe cases, hopeless ones. Just imagine a child with Down syndrome, cardiac malformation and severe orthopedic pathology. This child lives in an orphanage located in Yelatma in the Ryazan region. And for these children living far from the big cities, Dima's Dream has been able to bring a highly qualified doctor, Konstantin Eduardovich, to help these children. At first he said, "Why did you take me here? Look how severe their health problems are. Why spend time and money on these visits?" But who said we should measure efficiency? There are people too, they have a soul. To believe in these children, you have to really love them, and only people with big hearts can do that. Dima's Dream is a unique community of these unique people. Today, out of 46 children living in a block for children with severe problems, only 5 are bedridden. The others have stood up and started exploring the world, zealously and insatiably. We used to feed them holding a bottle or a spoon. Now many of our kids eat themselves with a spoon. They can get out of bed without help. They couldn't do that before. I couldn't even dream of it, that our children would get out of bed and go play with toys. Our doctor, a specialist, couldn't understand why we kept on trying, and we had to persuade him to visit. But after 3 years, when these children began to stand on their own 2 feet, started holding these kids who were bedridden, yes, they were bedridden, he himself said that their sight had changed, not physically, but they looked at the world with different eyes. To turn a child from a vegetable into a real, living human being doesn't take all that much. They just need to get on their feet. The doctor comes from Moscow only once in a quarter. Orthopedic equipment is provided by state health insurance. The charity has built a sensory playground and runs a program of individual sessions for children. Emotional input is the biggest outlay by the charity staff and the personnel. But the payoff is way bigger. For so long, nobody even thought that anything could be done for children with problems like this, that rehabilitation would be better. Maybe we don't have to abandon them. This is the main goal. You can donate by text messages, the Yandex Money service, or bank transfers, and other simple ways, all of which can be found on Dima's Dream website, www.ddfund.ru. There you can also find all information about the children, reports on the funds collected and how they were spent.